What is going on, guys? Poms187 here, and I'm here with a league race video. It's a Silverstone Grand Prix highlights. It feels good to finally do one of these videos. I think the last league race highlights video I did was Spain? Yeah, I think it was Spain actually, because Monaco we had to abandon because of issues there, and Canada I crashed out of through my own careless mistake. So, this is the first league race video in quite a while, and it's actually a really good one as well. It's quite action-packed one. So this is on board my qualifying lap. We made a bit of a mistake through sector 1 there. Cost us quite a bit of time, even though we were up on our personal best. I feel like it definitely cost me about 2-3 attempts at least. Although going around Luffield did pretty good there. Didn't get on the curb. If you get on the curb on the outside, that does definitely slow you down upon traction. Now going towards Cops, we're about 2 attempts up on our personal best, which wasn't a very good time though. Go through Cops. We could have carried more speed though. We went in 7th gear, but we probably braked a little bit too much. Well, I don't know if we braked. I think we just left the throttle. We probably did that a little bit too much. And to go through the Magnus Baker section, I feel like I did this really well actually. Probably the best section of the qualifying lap for me. And we're up massively now on our previous best. We're in 10th place at the moment. Hopefully we can climb up the grid with this much better qualifying time. We go round Stowe, much better line through there. Carried quite a bit of speed. Now go through the final section of the lap. Struggled quite a bit with this section throughout the race weekend, but we actually do this pretty well. Don't really get that much wheel spin. Get a little bit around the final corner, a little bit oversteer. We can come across the line. That's a 131.3. If we hadn't made the mistakes around Cops in the first sector there, by locking up at the, was it turn 4, whatever, I reckon we could have got 2 positions higher, but still, a 130, 7th place on the grid isn't too bad for this race. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to practice as I got called into work a few hours before the race, and I only just got home before the race started. So I didn't do as much practice as I would have liked for this race, but it doesn't matter. One of those things that can't really be helped. But anyways, we go to the grid now. It's actually a fully dry weekend, surprisingly, as the British Grand Prix is known to be rain affected, as Great Britain is known for its wet weather. The strategy for this race, if it stays dry, which it does, is a 2-stop strategy. Because we qualified on the soft tyres. If you qualify on the mediums or the hards, then it is possible that you can do a 1-stop. But as we qualified on the softs, it's a 2-stop strategy from then on. We did be conservative, going on 2 sets of hards for the rest of the race, even though we probably could stretch out for another set of mediums, maybe in the final stint or something like that, which would give me a good pace advantage. But I'm looking forward to this race. It's quite hard to bottle and crash out this race. Hopefully we get a good result, keep it nice and clean, go to the first corner, it's lights out and away we go. We get a fairly decent start, a lot of wheel spin by the guys ahead, including Jason. We got car going up inside, we're going round the outside of the Force India, going for the first corner, and we have to back out. He's still round our outside, going towards turn 3. A bit of a yellow flags ahead. Everyone's ghosting. We go inside the Force India, but luckily it didn't affect us. We've got someone diving over inside. It's a Sauber dive around our outside as well as another car. Fortunately, we had to tap the back of it, tap him. I'm not sure if he went off or anything, just because the Sauber did a very opportunistic, a very late move down the inside there. Had to leave in space, otherwise would have collided. Thought about going for a move down into Luffield, but he broke quite late and we just a little too far back, unfortunately. Wasn't quite fast enough down that straight to get advantage of that as we're going through Luffield. Fairly nice and clean. I don't know how the Sauber there has got so much better traction than me off that corner. Now we're under pressure from the Haas. It's going to go down our inside into Cops. It's going to be brave. We're going to hold it round the outside as he takes the inside line. And that's good racing so far. Good defending. It's Brock who does stuff who I believe is a replacement for this race. There's a few people who couldn't make this race today. I couldn't. By the way, I was away for the last 2 races. I mean, Austria and Baku. Austria in particular, I've always liked that track loads, and I was a bit gutted I missed that. But I was on holiday, so it's a good reason. I would have definitely preferred to be on holiday, so I can't complain. As they're still defending from the Haas behind, it's looking very quick. The slipstream on this game is very OP, as he saw how much he gained down the back straight alone. I don't know if he was running a very low drag setup or something like that, I'm not quite sure. But we got put a little bit ahead of him now, going down the pit straight, even though he's right. Look how much he's gaining under the slipstream. It's ridiculous, it really is. And now we're going to lap 2. So got a bit of a collision ahead. It got a Force India off. He almost reversed into us. Luckily, it was ghosting though. And Mark Amberger, who has a little bit of contact with Quicksilver ahead, he runs out wide, and we go up the inside, going into the Wellington Straight. So it's quite opportunistic there. On to 6th place, so that's pretty average so far. We definitely get some decent points in this race, I feel. As we're going through the Maggot section, we haven't really lost that much time to the guys ahead. We get a quite clean run really through that sector, but somehow the Haas behind gets an even better run, even though I swear I did that pretty good. But he just flies up here inside. He must be running lower wings or something like that, because it's ridiculous that slipstream. And now we made contact with the Salbe. He hits the side pod of us. That's not really my fault, really. I was on the outside of the track, so I couldn't have gone more to the left if I tried. So I think he just did into the side of me. Unfortunately for him there, as he set a personal best going across the line. Now to lap 5, we've got his teammate Spittles, who's challenging us into Stowe. My commentary's crap so far. I haven't done this for 2 weeks, so it's a little rusty. Now going to the pit lane for our first stop, and now we get hit from behind, and we speed into the pit lane. That's unfortunate. I'm sure Spittles was behind. He didn't mean to do that. I would have got to slow down in time if I hadn't been hit by the cell behind. As it was only just over the speed limit line with that tap, so it's very annoying. I mean, I was raging quite a bit after this because it means we have to do a drive-through penalty now in pretty much the longest pit lane of the year on the calendar. And as you can see, he sent me a message and I'm doing a slow-mo replay. We get bumped from behind, gains us another extra like 10 kilometers an hour, and that was just enough to go across the line and speed through the pit lane. Very frustrating, but I'm sure it's just an accident by him. It's so easy to do, unfortunately, and it's just one of those things, really. Always seem to have bad luck every race, and that seems to be my bad luck for today. But now we got up the inside of the Mercedes of, I believe it was Geoduck, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because we're going to the pit lane for a drive-through penalty. So it's going to cost another at least 20 seconds, and that's going to drop us outside of the points for sure, as we're going to do fast motion. There's no real point showing the whole drive-through 20 seconds long. It'll just eat up your time and I'll waste both our times, really. And we go, going back onto track. We're behind Got Gecko, who's about 7 seconds up the road when I came out of the pit lane. And now we've got Quicksilver, who goes up or outside there. He was a front runner, really. I don't know why he's not at the front challenging for the lead, because he probably has a pace for it this race. As I made a little bit of a hash of the Maggot Spec section, as he easily got up the outside of us there. And now we're on to lap 16, right behind Got Gecko. Now we close the 7 seconds over the stint. We had much more pace than him, and we're catching a few guys ahead. There's 2 guys up ahead as someone retired. I think it was Mark Amberger, and now we got a safety car. So that definitely throws a spanner in the works. We haven't pitted yet. I was trying to extend my tyres down, maybe to do a medium. So there you can see the Sauber of Mark Amberger retired into the wall on the outside of the straight. I'm not sure if he actually rage quit, because that's a very odd place to crash. I'm not sure what happened to him. It might be a collision with his teammates, but also just up the road ahead, who I think is an AI car, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. We're also on the verge of the points there. As you can see, we're on 11th place at the moment. Going in for an extra pit stop. We did it quite conservatively, really. We're going on to another set of hard tyres, even though the mediums probably could get to the end of this point, especially with the under safety car conditions. But even so, fresh tyres are now bunched up to the back of the pack. I'm not quite sure what X-Harley's doing there, diving on the inside. He might be going for a drive-through anyway, or at least going to the pit lane. But we've got the safety car restart, going inside of Sauber, going round the outside of Got Gecko in the Williams, while going through in the inside of the Sauber there, who's an AI car. So that's pretty unorthodox, very opportunistic. We've now got a cluster of 4 cars ahead. One of them is being forced out wide. He's lost a lot of momentum going for the first sector. We're going to dive down the inside, taking advantage of that. That's another position gained. 2 positions already on the safety car restart. Now we've got Decider Soggy, who's looking quite slow ahead. We miss the apex slightly. We get good traction out of that corner, actually. And we're going to in the slipstream of the Torosso driver, going down the Wellington straight. In the slipstream, we've got Rich Mix. And we've got the inside line. We're going to dive late. We're going to brake very late as well. And we're going to get the inside line. There might be a little bit of contact there. I'm not quite sure. With the contact matter on this game, I didn't actually feel a single thing. And I didn't actually know Decider Soggy lost time from that. So there probably was a little bit of contact on his screen. Hopefully didn't lose him too much time. As now we're on lap 22. We lose the back end quite a bit around the turn 2 there. And we didn't realise that KMP4, or Jason I'm going to call him, because that's his real name, got such a good run on it, so he was actually on the outside there, and I didn't realise until a bit too late, and I think he got a little bit of front wing damage from that. So it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Now he's going for the inside, down into left field. We hold it around the outside, giving plenty of room on the inside, and unfortunately it bounces off my side pod. Bit of a side pod glitch there from him. I think he was trying to break late to claim the inside ground, but unfortunately with the contact battle on this game, it's just one of those things. He just bounced on my side pod, and I think he span out, unfortunately. Lost him a lot of time. Speaking of time though, that's ridiculous. A 10-second time penalty for getting a little bit of wheel spin and going wide. Like, in that situation, you lose more time in your game, but hopefully I can get that removed at the end of the race. And now we've got all-round cricketer going up around our outside. He's gone to medium tyres. He probably pitted under the safety car, so he's got much better pace than me at the moment. As medium tyres definitely feel much quicker than the hard tyres. Probably about half a second lap at least. So probably was a little too conservative to me on the final pit stop. And now we got wheel spin once again on the final corner, and we got off the track. That's another 10 seconds. You can clearly see I lost way more time than I gained by going wide there. As you can see, cricketer pulled away from me massively. And it's giving me another 10 seconds penalty. Any more, and I get a disqualification. And that will be crappy as if I got disqualification this point in the race. But luckily we didn't. We actually kept it nice and clean for the final few laps. Definitely was quite cautious around the final corner. Now we've got 3 cars ahead. Cricketer, DJ, and I believe my teammate, who's a fill-in for this race. DJ hasn't got DRS. Unfortunately, we don't either. Otherwise, we would be definitely in contention for overtaking him. He cuts the corner a little bit. There's quite a bit of time. I'm right on the back of him. This is for P7. We figured I'd dive down the inside, but just too far back, unfortunately. We had to settle for 8th place in this race. 8th place, still a good result. It's still around the back of DJ. We really make a mistake around the final corner. No, it looks like we make the mistake. We get disqualified going over the line. Are you fucking kidding me, game? Like, seriously. Like, we get just a little bit of wheel spin, fighting for position with DJ right across the finish line, and we get disqualified. As you can see from the side of Soggy's screen there, you can see my car pulled over to the side of the track. I mean, that's just ridiculous, game. That's obviously a glitch, because apparently other people did the same thing, and they got nothing in the way of warnings or whatsoever. So, that disqualification and those penalties have been reversed. I didn't gain any advantage. It's not like it's a blatant corner cut or anything like that. I gained no advantage from going wide every single time. I literally had no other warnings. I think I had one warning during the race of corner cutting, but that was it. So that position has been revoked. So I would actually get 8th place. I think Xfeature's penalty also will be removed as well. So that means 8th place for this race. Not too bad. Actually, it might be 7th place. No, 8th place, sorry. For this race, not too bad. Pretty good result, really. My first race back. Hopefully I can do better for Hungary and Germany and the rest of the season after the Christmas break. So I'll see you guys then in a couple of weeks' time for the Hungary Grand Prix, hopefully. Hopefully it'll be a video on that. So I'll see you guys then. Palms out.